Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Morning Briefing. It's a gorgeous morning. Check out that full moon. Man, is that gorgeous. You know what it means when you see a big, bright full moon like that? That's right, yeah, the crazies come out. All the crazy people start wandering around on the full moon. Well, there's all kinds of fishing lore about the full moon. Some people say the white sea bass love to bite on the full blue marlin, bluefin tuna. Others say that it puts them off the bite. I found that when you go out on a full moon and you catch a bunch of fish, you say, man, you see, it was that full moon. And then when you go out and you don't catch anything at all, you look up there and you say, that damn full moon. Whatever it is, it's gorgeous this morning. It's right before sunrise here in beautiful Surfside, California. And again, it's my pleasure to be with you all. What a show, a live show we had last night. It was the debut of, well, we're not even sure what to call it, but it was from Island Fishing Tackle with my dear friend Sam De La Torre. And Sam put on a great show, teaching and entertaining, and I really had a lot of fun on that show. I don't know whether it's going to be the tackle store or tackle shop confessions or what it's going to be, but it's already a hit, and we're only one day in the books. And man, that was a great show last night. Tonight, of course, the Danny Cadota show, and that's always a great one. That's 6 p.m. live tonight right here on the Friedman Adventure channel. All right, Grunion Run tonight at a beach near you here in Southern California, northern Baja. Hopefully those little silver devils will be on the beach doing their thing this evening. The first night is a little dicey sometimes. I like that second and third night, but you never know. I mean, they could show up in full force, and all you have to do is Google, Grunion Run, and you'll see the exact time. I think it's around 10 p.m. is when it's supposed to start. I may pop down here after the Danny Cadota show, come down here and take a look around, because it's always a thrill to see that. Hey, a guy by the name of Sean Trujillo sent me a lovely message this morning. Sean, good morning to you, my friend. It's good to have you on board with us at all. He says he loves to hit that cup of coffee every single morning on the morning briefing, as do I. All right, and I do have my rod here, so I'll make a few casts. I don't know if I'll put you through it. Maybe what I'll do is make a few casts off camera, and if I catch anything, I'll add it to the show. But hopefully things are going to come together. It's gorgeous. Here comes the sun now. It's absolutely beautiful. We've got a lot to talk to you about. Swatter plane is going up and going to take a look at several areas out of San Diego. Hopefully they're going to find some bluefin tuna, because we've had some kind of start and then stop bluefin tuna fishing so far this year. Could be it's because our water temperatures are so much cooler. I don't think anybody out there should be pushing a panic button. I just think it's going to get going a little bit slower. Having said that, the Polaris Supreme a few weeks ago had 41 nice bluefin, almost to 200 pounds. So those things are still around. There's been several goose egg type trips where guys go out and work their tail, their fingers to the bone, glassing all day long and coming up with a goose egg. So it's been a slower start. We're going to have what I would describe as okay weather for bluefin tuna fishing this weekend. Not perfect, not horrible, definitely fishable, a little bit breezy again. Tough to glass fish in that kind of weather at times, but we'll see what plays out, because that's the beauty of this game. Out of nowhere comes some incredible fishing, and we're hoping we're going to see that. You have to go prepared for everything if you're on a bluefin tuna trip right now, and by that I mean catching 25-pound BFTs right on up to the 200-plus pounders. So a variety of tackle, knife jigs, all of that is in order. You definitely want to have fluorocarbon. www.opsonusa.com. Don't forget about our friend there, and put in FA at checkout for a free gift and a handwritten note from Greg Brown. So we'll continue to watch this for you very, very closely. Hopefully we're going to hear some news a little bit later today. I'll special update you right here on the Friedman Adventure YouTube channel. Get you caught up tonight on the live show as well with Danny. That should be great, and we're got our fingers crossed. Also out right now as I give you current information about who's out, and we have got the Pride out trying to make squid last night. And turn that into some sea bass and some halibut. We'll see how they do today. We should be getting a check at some point during the day and be able to update you further on tonight's 6 p.m. update. And Tucker McCombs in the Endeavor up there out of Ventura Sport Fishing, working hard, looking hard, trying to find some sea bass up in that neck of the woods. We'll be covering that for you also. Of course, they can always fall back on the rockfish, which I'll cover with you in great detail. But the cover of the morning briefing are a couple of guys that were on the Endeavor out of Ventura Harbor sport fishing. Those are gorgeous, big rockfish. You can hardly beat that kind of fishing. And man, there is nothing that makes a better fish taco. Hey, a great guy. He's a commercial fisherman. He was in the sport fleet for quite some time. RJ Hudson. I just want to run some old footage of albacore. He's a commercial guy, and he's got more knowledge in his pinky than I've got. I mean, he's out there all the time. He's in tune with everything, and you can see some of his commercial fishing antics from last year, and fingers crossed that we perhaps will see albacore here in SoCal. You never know. I mean, water is cooler. I like what Mike McDaniel says. He says, every time I go to the San Diego bait receiver, Mike's the captain of the Sea Adventure 80. Every time I go to the bait receiver, Mike says, I see sardine, sardine, sardine. When I see the wells all full of anchovy, I'm going on an exploratory albacore trip. And we certainly, in addition to the cool water, need that feed that they are so fond of. We need to have anchovy around. If you're thinking about albacore, and who can help but think about it looking at that footage that RJ Hudson put up on Facebook. It is a beautiful thing to see all those albies for sure. All right, now today we're also going to get a look at some spots like the Coronado Islands, and then the weekend we should get a look at Collinet and see if those forkies want to bite again in both those venues. Yellowtail have been deep, pretty typical when the water is cold, so dropper loop with a sardine, or I think even more effective is the yo-yo iron. The yo-yo, such an effective way to take yellowtail. Those of you who are new to the game, that's fishing a smaller, heavier jig that you sink down deep, all the way to the bottom in most cases, and then you wind on it fast, and you set the hook by just continuing to wind. And a lot of guys will think, man, I'm snagged on the bottom, or, you know, even some guys, when you get bit on the sink, think they've hit bottom, and then they start to turn the handle, and all of a sudden, they got a heck of a tussle on their hand, because those yellows at both Collinet and up there at the Coronado Islands, San Diego will be moving up on the islands here shortly. They've been nice fish, 15 to 25 pounds, sometimes a little bit smaller, sometimes a little bit bigger, but for the most part, they've been really nice grade fish. So hopefully that's going to come together also as we continue to monitor and watch that for you very, very closely. As we've made that point several times about market squid, there's been a very significant amount of market squid this winter from up there in the Channel Islands, even above that down here along our coastline. We've also seen it at Catalina, San Clemente, Santa Barbara, Nicholas, all those islands. And man, I'm telling you, there's going to be a white sea bass explosion at some point in time. It could happen now, it might happen a month from now, but look out. And the epicenter has been up there in the Channel Islands. Ventura Sport Fishing had tremendous sea bass fishing last year. It did all the boys up there in that neck of the woods. So keep your fingers crossed. And I think we have 4 spots left on a 2-day trip on board the Apollo, leaving out of 22nd Street Landing, May the 31st, back in on June the 2nd. 2 days. That's just got sea bass written all over it. Sea bass, halibut, maybe yellows, tons of rockfish. That should be a really great and productive trip. The one thing that we have to keep our eye on, as usual, is the weather. And as you can see, it's gorgeous. That full moon, I just had to get that in the frame for you as the sun is coming up. It's a perfectly calm day, and it's going to remain that way through most of the weekend. And then, depending upon where you find yourself, but if you're offshore, it's going to get nasty on Monday afternoon, evening, and then we're going to have some wind through Thursday, it looks like. So there are some coastal areas that will not be affected too much by it, but it looks like next week we're going to have another breezy week, depending upon where you look, certainly offshore in those bluefin tuna zones. So, man, I tell you, we need a break from Mother Nature now. It was the rain, now it's the wind. We'll see where we go from here. Rockfish season is indeed open, and it's been really good, especially if you get some good weather days. And it looks like we're going to have that. I know the Eldorado's headed to San Nicolas Island, where they should enjoy some magnificent fishing. And then also, I think you're going to see several other boats from San Diego all the way up to the Channel Islands and above. Those boys up there, like the Endeavors I mentioned, limits of rockfish to Coral Sea at Santa Barbara, limits of reds, great fishing, great eating fish, fun to catch. I absolutely love rock fishing. It is fantastic. So hopefully that's going to continue to bite up and down the coast. A little bit too early to be talking about barracuda and that kind of stuff. Might see some Bonita Island boats are fishing mostly rockfish, Pursuit, Freelance. All those guys continue to hammer away at the rockfish. Hopefully that's going to continue. Don't forget, right there, the QR code magically appears. Become a Patreon member today. And if you're a Friedman Adventures Patreon member, we've got all kinds of free gifts for you. You will make up your $5 a month or whatever it is you choose to contribute. You'll make it up throughout the year. We're going to have another party here really soon to celebrate 2 million views. Everyone will be invited, but Patreon members will have some special gifts awaiting them from some of our great sponsors. And I can't wait to do that. 2 million, looks like we should hit that here in the next 10 days or so. And I don't know that to anyone but you for watching the channel, for promoting the channel, for liking us, for commenting. All of those things help move us up in the algorithm. And I deeply appreciate it as we have been just rolling along on a roll. And last night's news show, the debut of the Tackle Store Confessionals, or whatever we're going to call it, was a great one. So now with 3 live shows: Tuesday night, Friedman Adventures Live, Wednesday night with the Tackle Store type show, oriented show, and then Thursday nights tonight with Danny Cadota. I am loving it. Hey, Brian Wynn is a dear friend of our show, so knowledgeable. He's been on many times before. He'll be in Torrance, California on April the 12th. You're not going to want to miss that. And then Jeff Yeomans and the 540 Slingers Club guys. They're going to have a casting event at Marine Stadium in Long Beach, 8 a.m. till noon, I believe it is. And that will take place on April the 16th. And Friedman Adventure stuff. I'll get back to the fishing here in one moment. Man, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? You think I might catch something this morning? I hope so. The Friedman Adventure stuff we are combining with the guys over at the Rotondo Rod and Gun Club. We'll be at their place on April the 13th. That's going to be a fun night because Danny Cadota will be doing a live show starting at 6. He's only going to go till 7 this particular night because then Bill Wilkerson is at the club to give a presentation on his new beautiful boat, the Horizon. So that should be awesome. I can't wait. If you can come to the event, please do. And we have raffle tickets on sale. We're going to have great food. Bill, Danny, it's going to be really great. There's a phone number for you if you want more information on how you can attend. You should come. If you can't attend, however, we'll live stream it for you. So in the comfort of your home, you'll be able to check out not only Danny's great show, but also Bill Wilkerson. And that promises to be a really special evening. Then we'll be at Santa Ana River Lakes, and we'll be over there on April the 15th, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we'll be teaching kids the fine art of trout fishing, knot tying, trout fishing. Daiwa's supplying some rods for us to demonstrate with. It's going to be really, really great. There's other sponsors involved also. There's the flyer. Give Chuck a call. If you want to buy a raffle ticket online, you can do that. All you have to do is send Chuck a text at that number, and he'll fill out your tickets, take a photograph, and send it to you. Beautiful Pen Fathom reel. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Also, a couple of custom trout rods. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And if you buy a raffle ticket and then you show up to Santa Ana River Lakes on Saturday, you just walk over, hand the raffle ticket to Chuck or one of the guys from the Redondo Beach Rod and Gun Clubs, and they are going to take care of you with copious amounts of food. You get a free lunch also, so you can hardly beat this deal. Free lunch, raffle ticket to win some great prizes. I don't know how the heck you can beat that. Along the surf here, I suspect we're going to see some really good fishing. Grunion Run here tonight, so these beaches could very well be transformed into all kinds of beautiful little fishies on the beach. And of course, predators follow that in also. That should be a lot of fun. All the boats are going to get out. They're going to have some great rock fishing for you this weekend. And then the beginning of next week, depending upon where you find yourself, could get a little breezy. We'll be keeping our eyes on that. If you'd like our charter schedule, 657-227-6459. I'll send you the list. We're almost all booked up, but I have saved some spots because some of you don't see it early in the year, and I just want to give everybody a chance to come out and be part of a Friedman Adventures video, as well as just spend a couple days together. That's always fun. Apollo, remember, 2-day trip at the end of May. Endeavor, couple spots left on that one. May the 3rd with Tucker McCombs. I can't wait to do that one. So we really have a lot to focus our attention on. Spotter plane going up. I'll have that info for you. Guys looking for bluefin tuna. Will the yellows bite on the Baja Coast and at the Coronado Islands? How will the weather be for the rockfish? Will the grunion arrive? There's so many unanswered questions that we can answer in the next couple of days. My friends, we just put up a video of the rail rod assist pipe. That's with my dear friend Joe Russo. And Joe, good morning, my friend. It's always good to see you. Joe does a great job, and he has quite the invention there. I mean, it will facilitate you catching bluefin tuna and make your life a lot easier. It'll go a lot easier on your knees and your back. Check it out. It's up right now. Check out Sam's great show from last night. And, of course, I'll keep you in touch with all the very latest. All right, I'm going to go make a couple of casts on that beautiful full moon. If I catch anything, I'll be back to let you know about it. Have a great day, my friends. And as always, it's my pleasure to be here with you all. Take care, and I hope to see you really, really soon.